Have you ever noticed that the truly powerful men are always the quietest? You don't see them in the temples of noise or the altars of applause. They don't compete for attention, and they don't crave recognition. They may look poor, yet they rule empires. They seem calm, yet every move they make shifts the destiny of others. You've been taught to shout your victories, to show what you own, to turn success into a spectacle. And in that theater of vanity, everyone exposes themselves. The one who brags reveals his hunger. The one who talks too much serves his soul on a silver platter. But if you want real power, you must master the most feared art of all: staying silent while everyone else screams. Silence is an invisible sword. It doesn't cut with its edge, but with its absence. It disarms the curious, confuses the ambitious, unsettles the enemy. And most importantly, it frees you, because only the man who needs to prove nothing becomes untouchable. When true wealth comes, not the one counted in numbers, but the one built on control, you'll realize something profound. Gold shines less than silence. Money buys things, silence buys time. And time, used wisely, turns into power. While others chase attention, you'll observe. While they compete, you'll calculate. And when they fall victim to their own noise, you'll keep moving, unseen, untouched, unstoppable. Your strength won't be shown, it will be felt. In how the air changes when you walk into a room. In how you speak little, but your words weigh more than entire speeches. In how your calm terrifies more than the rage of 1,000 men. You'll become a ghost with a human face. A witness to chaos who never gets stained by it. While others chase approval, you'll chase control. While they celebrate their wins, you'll already be planning the next one. But first, you must break an illusion. That power needs to be seen. That success is measured in applause. That wealth must be displayed. None of that is real. Those who truly own the world know this. Visibility is a curse. To be seen is to be vulnerable. To be known is to be reachable. And you were not born to be reached. Silence is your cloak. Humility, your disguise. The appearance of poverty, your finest shield. Let fools underestimate you. Let them believe you failed. In their contempt, you'll find your advantage. Because the blindness of others is your best protection. You don't need to say who you are. You don't need to show what you have. Those who truly possess don't announce, they control. And control is exercised from the shadows, not the spotlight. While others tear themselves apart proving their worth, remember this: the serpent doesn't need to roar to be feared. It just slides, watches, waits, and strikes. Silence isn't cowardice, it's strategy. And the disguise of poverty isn't weakness, it's protection. Because when everyone thinks you're powerless, no one attacks. When they believe you have nothing, no one envies you. And when you finally reveal a fraction of your strength, it'll be too late for them, you'll have already won. Understand this. The ultimate luxury is to go unnoticed. To sleep without being hunted. To walk without explaining yourself. To own and have no one suspect it. That's the kind of wealth fools will never understand. The gold that shines in public is cursed. It attracts eyes, words, hands, and envy. But the gold that rests in silence, in accounts no one knows about, in projects no one suspects, in plans only you can see, that gold is truly yours. It works for you while you stay silent. Don't talk about your wins. Don't announce your moves. Don't explain your choices. Anyone who demands transparency doesn't want to understand you. They want to disarm you. Let your success look like coincidence. Let your victories seem accidental. And let your power appear non-existent. Until the day no one can stop it. That's how real kings move in the modern world. Under humble skins, with cold minds and hearts of steel. Smiling on the outside, ruthless within. Approachable in appearance, distant in essence. Masters of emotional control, selective silence, and strategic detachment. And when you master that art, you'll understand what few ever do. That silence doesn't just protect you from external noise. It shields you from the corruption of the ego. Because nothing destroys a man faster than his need to be admired. Applause is a drug disguised as affection. Each dose makes you weaker, until you stop acting from conviction and start acting for validation. When you reach the top, you'll see them. The fake rich buying respect with objects, the fake powerful begging for attention online, the fake wise speaking without saying anything. And you'll finally understand, true power isn't heard, it's felt. Silence isn't disappearance. Silence is ruling without noise. Appearing poor isn't denying your abundance. It's protecting it from hungry eyes. The eye that watches desires, and what is desired is always attacked. Your mission is to become untouchable, invisible, not to the physical world, but to emotion itself. Let no one read your intentions. Let no one predict your next step. Be like water, clear, deep, and impossible to grasp. Remember this: the poor in spirit need to be seen to believe they exist. The powerful already exist, even if no one sees them. You don't need noise. You don't need fame. You don't need applause. You only need direction, silence, and patience. One day, someone will ask you how you did it, and you'll just smile. Because there's no answer to that. True secrets aren't explained, they're lived. And you will become the secret no one could ever decode. Because the highest form of power isn't displayed, it's breathed. And when you walk among the crowd, knowing what you know, owning what you own, while the world still sees you as just another man, that will be your ultimate triumph. You'll have won without fighting. You'll have conquered without noise. And your wealth, the real, silent, witnessless wealth, will be your most elegant revenge against a world that only understands noise. Power isn't born from noise, it's born from control over silence. And to master it, you must understand 6 principles that separate strong men from weak ones. They aren't written laws because the true codes of power are never taught in books. They're whispered, and right now, you're hearing one. The first truth: silence isn't absence, it's dominance. Being quiet doesn't mean you have nothing to say. It means your words are no longer for sale. When you speak less, every word becomes an act. And acts, when born from silence, echo louder than any scream. Learn to enjoy the weight of your pauses. Silence isn't empty, it's a mirror. Those who can't stand silence can't stand facing themselves. And whoever can't face their own reflection becomes a slave to the external. You won't be a slave. You will master it. The second truth: the appearance of poverty is a mask of power. The world fears what it doesn't understand, but envies what it sees. And envy is a poison that attracts misfortune. That's why those who wish to keep their empires learn to cover their thrones in dust. Let them think you're small. Let them ignore you. They have no idea that beneath that humble shadow, a fire keeps growing. Hidden gold doesn't shine, yet it feeds entire kingdoms. And the man who learns to hide his brilliance will never be robbed. Because the power no one suspects is the only one no one can destroy. The third truth: respect isn't demanded, it's provoked. And the most feared provocation isn't a threat, but calmness. Your tranquility is your weapon. Your stillness, your challenge. The weak mistake serenity for weakness, and in that mistake, they lower their guard. Let them. Every second they underestimate you belongs to you. Because while they talk, you think. And while they act impulsively, you choose the exact moment when everything changes. The truly strong man doesn't react, he orchestrates. And every reaction around him becomes a note in his music. The fourth truth: noise is the distraction of the mediocre. Those who make noise seek approval. Those who seek approval surrender to others' judgment. And once you depend on others' judgment, your power no longer belongs to you. Men who build in silence need no witnesses. Their satisfaction comes from results, not recognition. When you build, don't announce it. When you win, don't celebrate. When you move forward, don't look back. Discretion not only protects your plans, it multiplies them. Because what the world can't analyze, it can't stop. Make silence your growth strategy. Let no one know how far you're willing to go, until stopping you becomes impossible. The fifth truth: fake humility is the highest art of intelligence. Pride shouts. The wise man listens. The intelligent man doesn't try to look greater, but smaller. Because when you look smaller, no one fears you, and therefore, no one attacks you. It's the perfect deception, the disguise of insignificance. Walk as if nothing belongs to you, and the world will offer you everything others try to steal. Make yourself small enough to pass unseen among giants, and one day, without knowing how, you'll watch them fall before you. Humility isn't weakness, it's camouflage. A skin power wears to survive among wolves. And if you wish to endure, you'll have to learn to smile while you calculate, to nod while you judge, to stay silent while deciding the fate of those who think they control you. The sixth truth: inner silence is the summit of power. It's not enough to quiet your mouth, you must quiet your mind. External noise fades when you close the door, but internal noise fades only with mastery. When nothing disturbs you, when no word pulls you off your center, when no gaze makes you doubt who you are, that day you'll have defeated your most cunning enemy, yourself. Because the greatest power isn't the one that controls others, it's the one that no longer needs to. To master your ego is to conquer your empire. And when the ego falls, the mind clears, the heart cools, and your decisions become lethal. From that state, every step you take is calculated. Every gesture, a message. Every silence, a sentence. When you've understood the six truths, you'll realize you no longer belong to the common world. You'll be a stranger among your own, a silent observer in a land of desperate voices. You'll see men chasing shadows, fame, validation, noise. And you, from your silence, will see their misery. Because those who need to be seen don't know themselves. Those who need to be heard don't listen to themselves. And those who need to prove power don't have it. You won't seek to prove anything. Not out of pride, but out of awareness. Because you'll know that true wealth is control over your energy, your time, and your emotions. Everything else, money, power, respect, is just a reflection. You won't chase them, they'll follow you. There will be moments when the temptation of noise seduces you, when you're recognized, praised, or offered applause disguised as love. That will be your test. If you speak, you'll fall. If you show off, you'll lose. But if you stay silent, if you smile without answering, if you let silence speak for you, you'll feel power gather in your hands like contained fire. And in that fire, the old you will burn, the one who needed approval, who lived through comparison, who thought success had to be seen. Only ashes will remain, and in their place, something colder, purer, more dangerous will rise. A free mind. Then you'll understand what few ever do, that it's not about having more, but depending less. Not about being admired, but being untouchable. Not about shining, but enduring. True power is surviving the world's gaze, without letting the world touch you. You'll move among them like a mystery. They'll ask how you did it, and you'll answer with the calm of someone who owes no explanations. You'll be kind, yet distant. Approachable, yet unreachable. Your presence will speak for you. And in every conversation, in every silence, you'll leave an invisible mark they can't describe. They'll only feel something: respect, curiosity, or fear. The three emotions felt by those who've once touched real power. The day you understand this, you won't need to say a word. You won't need to justify your wealth, explain your lifestyle, or show your achievements. All of that will just be noise. Your silence will speak the language of gods, a language only understood by those who've mastered themselves. And when you look in the mirror, you won't see the same man. You'll see a shadow with purpose, a mind that learned to wait, to observe, to act unseen. You'll see the strategist who conquered inner chaos, the creator of his own destiny. You'll see the man who no longer needs admiration because he is enough. And then, in the deepest of ironies, you'll realize that absolute power looks a lot like absolute silence. Invisible, misunderstood, eternal. Because the thrones that make noise collapse. But those built in silence never fall. And you were never born to be applauded. You were born to endure. Now that you've heard it all, silence returns to you. It surrounds you, watches you, invites you in. No longer as an idea, but as a presence. Because now you know that silence isn't emptiness, it's a kingdom. And whoever learns to dwell in it without fear becomes its ruler. The noise of the world will call you, again and again. It will offer you distraction, promises, recognition. It will tell you that being invisible is losing, that staying quiet is surrender. But noise always lies. It needs to consume you to stay alive. Silence promises nothing. Silence simply is. And in its stillness, it holds everything. You'll realize that silence not only protects your wealth, it purifies it. It teaches you to tell the difference between what's essential and what's trivial, between what builds and what corrupts, between what belongs to you and what only distracts you. As your power grows, silence becomes a filter. Whatever can exist with you in silence deserves to stay. Whatever needs noise to survive deserves to die. You'll start to see through the masks of the world. Those who brag about their success, those who flaunt their strength, those who fake wisdom. They all talk too much because they're afraid silence will expose them. Silence strips you bare, and most people can't stand to see themselves without decoration. But you, who have learned to stay still before your reflection, will no longer need to dress yourself up. Your face will be your truth, and your gaze alone will be enough to crush any lie. Each day you'll feel lighter, less dependent on praise, less affected by criticism. Your mind will stop reacting. Your heart will stop explaining itself. You'll be like a stone in the middle of a river. The water flows, the noise passes, but you remain. That's the kind of immortality noise can never reach. You'll drift away from the stages where you once longed to be seen. Not out of contempt, but out of understanding. You'll realize the crowd doesn't listen, it only repeats. That most people don't admire, they imitate, and that the few who truly observe know that real power isn't where the light shines brightest, but where the shadow runs deepest. Silence will make you selective. You'll choose your battles with surgical precision. You won't waste energy explaining your vision to the blind, nor convincing those who need noise to believe, because you'll no longer need to be understood, only to move forward, and you will move forward calmly, steadily, silently. Your way of being in the world will change. You won't seek company out of habit, nor approval out of reflex. Empty conversations will bore you, crowds will feel hollow, and compliments will sound suspicious. You'll discover the beauty of distance, the elegance of watching without interfering, the pleasure of not needing to prove anything. Because when you no longer need to be seen, every action you take becomes sacred. Your wealth will no longer be something you own, it will be something you are. It won't live in your accounts, but in your calm. Not in your possessions, but in your control. Once you understand this, you'll look at your achievements with a silent smile. You'll know that true success doesn't make noise, because noise distracts. And you are no longer made of distraction, you are made of purpose. Silence will also show you how fragile humanity becomes when it drifts away from itself. You'll see men fill themselves with things and empty themselves inside. You'll see the powerful surrounded by people yet completely alone. You'll see the wise turn into jesters just to get attention. And you'll understand that the greatest poverty isn't lack of money, but the inability to be at peace with oneself. In that moment, you'll know that silence is the final form of freedom. No one can own you when you don't need to speak. No one can manipulate you when you don't react. No one can control you when you don't defend yourself. Silence makes you impenetrable, not because you hide, but because there's nothing left to hide. And yet, you won't become a ghost. You'll still move among men, but your energy will be different. You'll walk slowly, speak little, observe more than you respond. Your mere presence will unsettle the weak. For the silence of a strong man is a mirror that makes others feel small. Your power will be so